once you get diploma, they ask you, so you don't need to go uni, is it? You don't want to go uni, is it? Your GPA can go uni, is it?
Hi, I'm Vanessa and I'm from Ngee Ann Polytechnic.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm from Nanyang Polytechnic.
Hi, I'm Patricia and I'm from Temasek Poly.
Hi, I'm Sylvia. I'm from Republic Polytechnic.
I'm Daniel. I'm from Singapore Poly.
Why did you choose to go to Poly?
Because I didn't want to go to JC. I didn't want to do secondary school 2.0, so that's why I went to Poly instead. Like, I love hands-on learning. I like, to personally be in class and to listen to my lecturers instead of going to school every day and mark papers. Yeah, that's just not my thing.
I think Poly is very practical and very relevant in the working industry.
I also feel like it's like a brand new start, from secondary school. Because JC is like secondary school all over again, then you just want to experience something new, don't need to wear uniform again and all this.
True.
But some JC's uniform are really nice though.
SA not bad.
The skirt's very cute. Okay,
Shall we drop out now? We just go JC.
Did any of you wanted to go JC?
No.
No. Wanted
I don't think I...
Okay, actually from Sec 1 to Sec 3, right, I wanted to go JC because I didn't know what I wanted to do in Poly. And because I live in the East, right, the nearest Poly I have is TP.
Yeah.
But there weren't any courses that I was interested in at that point of time. So I really didn't know what to do. Then I'm just like, okay, never mind, I'll just go JC because my parents wanted me to go JC. They're more traditional mindset. So they think junior college is better, so you can go uni, then you have a better future, all of this. They didn't know how Poly was like. So they, okay, just go JC. So I was set on going JC until Sec 3. I was struggling with all the subjects, especially chemistry and math. I cannot. Y'all can do math or not? I really cannot do math.
I'm from engineering and I can do math.
Yeah, basically I just cannot. I just didn't want to go through the secondary school life again.
True.
So I just went Poly because I saw there's a course I liked.
Usually people join the JC track because one, parents influence. Second is TP, Poly is very diploma driven. It's very specific. And if you don't know what you want to do, it's very hard to switch.
Yeah, or even continue your own course because you don't have passion for it.
Yeah.
What made you choose the Poly you are in?
For me, I have two options. Basically, TP or SP because I wanted interior design. So it's either these two schools. Obviously, I chose SP because it's nearer to my house lah. So it's easier to travel definitely because I'm not gonna travel all the way to TP. I'm always late, and after that, imagine trying
To go TP.
TP, yeah.
What are you gonna do on the bus journey there? That's the thing.
That's
Study.
Wait, which
Okay, I chose Ngee Ann Polytechnic because I'm in Chinese studies. I know, don't be shocked, I'm in Chinese studies. Then Ngee Ann Poly, is the only school that offers this course, so I went there. But the travelling time is crazy, because I live in the East.
For me, I choose NYP is because I like aerospace since I was in Sec 3.
engine school in general is very tough. I have engine friends who are suffering.
One of my seniors, he told me that my course was, amongst all the aerospace course, it was the hardest among all of them. So I basically dug my own grave.
I'm quite curious, are there people who went into aerospace thinking that they can be a pilot?
Yes. Usually the pilot's pool, right, they are from junior college or uni because they have a straight direct route to uni, and usually that's what the employers want. They will take from the uni route people. But not to say that they don't take from SP, NT, all those. They do, but I think across all of Singapore, usually the ones with degrees are the ones that are more likely to get past the barrier.
What about you? Why TP for you?
Actually, my course is the first course. It was revamped from business management to now just business. And then in your second year, you specialize in 4 different things. So one's in digital business innovation, one is accounting and finance, one is international business, and then one is HR. And then I chose digital business innovation because of the modules they were offering. They offered SAP, and basically it's very relevant in the industry of business field. So it's customer, social media analytics, stuff like that. And I was very interested in going into data and business data basically. The career prospects of it was business analyst, so I was looking forward to that. So I chose business in TP. Go join TP business.
For me, it's actually RP was my first choice. And I took comms, right? And you have more renowned schools like NP and SP with comms. But I knew that deep in my heart I wanted to go to RP instead because number one, Ngee Ann and SP's comm is very competitive.
Yeah.
And I know at that point in time, like Sec 4, I studying for O-levels, I was so miserable. Like, there were only a few subjects that I loved to study, and that was like English and English Lit. And I've always loved writing, and I've always loved social media. And I knew that, okay, if I go to RP, they have this thing called reflection journals, where we have to write every single day for class. And I love writing. So that was one. And we also have problem-based learning, where we actually, like, every day we sit in class, the teacher gives a problem at the start of the class, and then we try to solve it by the end of the day. And I think that is like really like a form of like active learning that I feel like I would enjoy compared to like sitting in a lecture, like you girl, but that's like what I like.
I never write. Literature was like one of my worst subjects.
Reflection journal
Reflection
for every
journal.
class.
Majority of classes, some don't have, but you can honestly, if you ask an RP student what RJ is, they'll tell you, oh yeah, it's this thing we have to do. So it's like a huge part of RP culture. You have to submit it by like 2, 3, 5, 9 every day.
Is it like class participation or something?
Oh no, that's a whole nother topic.
Wait, what?
What?
Okay, our class systems are pretty different from the other polytechnics, which is why we're quite unique in a sense.
Are you one of those people like during breaks? You know, because TP mass comms have like this DJ area, then they'll play music, and then they'll go like, "You're now listening to whatever, and then they'll play the music.
Okay, we only recently started a radio like CCA,
Oh.
so we are quite slow compared to like the other polys that have comms. But
Radio
we're getting
Kid Wave.
there. For my experience at least, all in RP, we are very experience-based. You know, they send us out for competitions to industries, and I think in that sense we have an edge lah against other polys.
Okay.
How is your school culture like?
Hello, Zuka!
Has everyone here like gone for FO?
I have.
Freshman orientation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel so outcasted.
Did you not attend FO?
No.
Wasn't even FO for your.
It was like COVID
Time.
directly
Oh,
hit
shit.
during
Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay, NP has enough T's. I didn't sign up for FO, but a lot of my seniors were FO leaders. So like I just dropped by in the afternoon, I said hi to everyone, and everyone's in the hall, and you know, yeah, everyone's making a lot of noise, and then like, they paint on their flag, and then they have their own group flag and all.
What about NYP? I heard that some GLs, they are quite boring, in the sense that they don't want to be there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, that's kind of boring. I'm not gonna.
Why is it boring?
We were supposed to have multiple activities, I believe, but we ended up spending one whole day in the lecture hall for some reason. And then it was just straight up from morning till evening icebreakers. Honestly.
Like what? 2 truth, 1 lie.
Oh no, they play
Wow.
Double Echo and all that, right? To
Yeah,
force
yeah,
you to
yeah.
remember your name.
Every time that you go down the line, right, it's like, oh, my name is Alicia. I love bubble tea.
I love sleep.
Oh my god!
If you're not popular enough, your name won't ever get called in Double Wacko.
Oh my god.
And then you kind of just sit there and like hope that the person behind you is popular enough so your name gets called.
What's double wacko?
Wanna play now?
It's like you must remember the name, and then if you cannot remember, they whack you on the head.
Yeah.
With paper lah.
So
Yeah.
everyone's in like a circle and then it just forces you to remember each other's name.
What about SP? How's your orientation like?
Can't speak for all lah, but for my course, right, it's like quite different. I mean, we do have like games and all, but during our last day, right, we actually went to like different areas in like Singapore. Then we would do like donation or something like collection.
so
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, flag day,
yeah,
yes, flag
it's
day.
a tradition in
Yeah,
SP.
flag day. Like my class was posted at Tampines. Yeah, it was like all the way to the end. Then after that, we
It
were,
was the time for you to come to TP.
Journey to the east.
and that's like the only thing that is interesting, like flag day. And then the rest all is just like normal games lah. Yeah.
But it's so wholesome. I've never had like TP yet do that.
Okay, so we have FOP, Freshman Orientation Program, and like it usually runs for 2 days. And then we have our usual icebreakers, and then we meet like in our courses, we meet up with the lecturers, we meet up with like course mates, like we get introduced to each other. And then at the end of the 2 days, we have this thing, I cannot remember the name for it, but it was termed Halal Zukout by like the SLs. Because
Halal
the
Zukout.
entire year 1 cohort would congregate on top of like the school field, right? And then they invite DJs, lasers, smokes, and then it really like be remixes, and it really feels like Zukout.
So it's just rave.
Yeah, it's just a rave, like a literal rave. A lot of like weird things happen. Like we've heard like when like some of the girls were going through like the engineering side, like they were like inappropriately touched, which is like Because we have this thing where we like form a snake and then we snake through the crowd and everything. Aside from that, we also have like people of the public coming in, which is quite sketch. But aside from those things, I can honestly say it's quite a positive experience.
Well, that's a bit much. Like people.
Yeah, that's a bit much. But other than that, I guess it's fun. But there should be like more regulation in terms of that.
How can outsiders just come in though?
No idea. But I think it goes to say like, for example, like in orientation, there are like certain practices that should be like revoked, like the recent, incident.
Well, I think like Ngee Ann Poly has something similar. Like even though I didn't get to experience it myself, but I asked my senior, okay, because she's from media school, so she has something like rave also, whereby they invite those like famous DJs to come to school to play. So everyone would just like a bit like zouk also lah, like this kind of things, But then I heard lah, because I'm from humanities school, that like the orientation program is a bit boring. So I think it depends on like different type of school.
Yes, I think so too.
Right.
I'm from comms, and like the people in comms are naturally
Business,
extroverted.
right? Business,
And like mass comm people are known for being like extroverted and crazy.
But I think like humanities, it's not just like the people there, but the lecturers. Because like from what I heard lah, like humanities school, the lecturers tend to be more strict about this type of things. So like don't have all these like zouk out and all these, like even though it's not as fun, but I'm still very appreciative of my lecturers, because hearing from other schools like engineering school, right, our humanities lecturers are actually very, very good. Like they actually take the extra step to like help you. Like just very kind. I mean like humanities school like early childhood, psychology, this sort of thing. They're just very caring. So I'm quite thankful. But I know like some lecturers, like engineering school, some lecturers they just don't give a shit about you one. Like really. You will come for tutorial, never okay, whatever, just they won't even like ask like, oh, do you hand out your assignment or what? Like they don't care. I know for some lecturers they are like that.
Yeah, but like effort aside, I think different schools have different cultures. I heard business in generally across all polys can be quite snake kind of.
You've been saying this from the beginning.
Yeah. Poly is very project driven.
Yes.
And if your peers don't like you, they will just mark you down. And if you don't get in the right group, like just because they're your friends doesn't mean they'll be productive in your group project. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. You
So,
get to choose your own groups.
I think for some courses, like some modules, you can choose your own group, but most of the time, the teachers just let you decide on your own.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
I can't choose my own group at all, and I'm very sad.
Our lessons are also very different in a sense. Like maybe you guys have like certain 2 modules in one day, we don't. So it's like 1 module per day. Depending like year 1, year 2, it's like 8 to 9 and then till like 3 to 4. And we also don't have lectures, so it's very problem-based learning. You have to present at the end of the day, like PowerPoint slides in groups of 5, one by one, and then like you have to like stand in front of the class and present. So in that sense, I don't know if you guys have ever met any RP kids, but they're usually very good at talking. Yeah.
Watch out for presentations before you enter poly.
There's a lot of presentations.
Yeah.
a lot.
I'm Filipino, and my first ever presentation in poly, I wouldn't say my friend, but my classmate said, "You presented with Pinoy accent." And I was just like,
Okay, is that something,
What's wrong with that? Wait, what's
something
wrong
wrong?
and then I was like, oh, okay. And then mind you, I had to stay with them for the next 2 semesters.
Do you fight back?
No, I was just
You
like,
presented with a Singaporean accent.
I kind of just like kept quiet. And I was just like, oh, okay, sure.
It's so mean though.
Yeah, the presentations are one thing, business goals can be another thing. So you must find the right group of friends and group mates. There's like one advice if you to watch this entire video, take note of that.
Make the right friends.
Very important.
What is your Polytechnic stereotype?
MP got a lot of chobu.
Yes.
Oh yes okay, thanks No, kidding. I think for Ngee Ann Poly, they say Ngee Ann Poly is good for business.
Not the P.
Huh? I think that's another story for another day.
Oh my god, yellow today.
Other than being famous for that, notorious for that, we are good in like business apparently. Because I know like for NP, right, a lot of the business courses, right, like I think you need less than 10 points to get in. That's why a lot of people choose the common business program instead. Yeah, other than the Ngee Ann Poly got a lot of chobu.
But like, what about like in terms of high cut-off points? It would be like SV and NP, right? They're like regarded as like the better polys.
I'm not sure if it's a stereotype lah, but like they kept saying like for Ngee Ann and SP, right, they actually give more opportunities for students that are from these schools, can gain more experience like work-wise. Like people will actually take you in if you're from this school.
Why does the requirement say like students from SP or
No, it's like a very hidden thing. I feel there's a hidden rivalry between SP and NP.
But the way they
Yeah.
do open houses, both MP and SP, is like
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah.
Like the bags they design, wow, go through like R&D, all that kind of stuff.
what's NYP's stereotype?
Hospital.
Oh my god,
Nursing
yeah.
course. NYP is well known for their nursing course, from what I've heard lah.
The poster outside NYP, whenever I pass by in the bus, it's a nurse student.
Yes.
Yes, right? Yeah.
The cut point for nursing is what, 26, I believe?
26, yeah, 26.
Yeah, which is like almost anyone can
You know,
go.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
you
but doesn't
go
mean
there.
it's a bad course, yeah.
But I don't know about you guys though. I feel like RP has like the most like low, like in a sense we're not regarded as highly compared to all the other bodies. I just feel like okay, it's a bit disheartening sometimes as a RP student, because like number one, if you refer to us as IT North, it shows how much you value kids who are studying in IT, because the education they receive in that sense is more technical and it's still a good education nonetheless. And second of all, we all get the same diploma.
Yeah.
And it's all equal. Like the only thing separating us from getting into uni is our GPAs and portfolios.
Yeah, I know someone in RP who did like medicine and is now studying in an Ivy League. He 4.0 all the way.
Wow.
I think our generation is trying to break that stereotype where poly is like a second choice if you're not getting to JC.
Are there any stigmas to being in a polytechnic, and do you think it's true?
I think like for the younger generation, like you know us, our generation, there's not much stigma. You see, like even the JC students, like they also once considered poly. So I think like we are now trying to break like
More
the
accepting,
stigma.
yeah.
Like accepting everyone. You know, like poly is just a different like direction for
Different
you to
track
go. But
record.
maybe the older generation, like what I said just now, like my parents, you know, like they wanted me to go JC and they didn't understand how poly was like, cause in their mind it was like, okay, if you want to go uni you must go junior college because that's an easier way. So I think like amongst the like older generation, if you tell them, oh I'm from poly, then they'll think like, oh, is it cause your O-level never do that well, that's why you go poly.
But there's some modules that's like 1 point. Like I mean single digit.
Oh, actually for
Correct.
my course Chinese studies, right, other than getting A for Chinese, I think the cut point is like 7 to 13.
Yeah, so there's some students with low O-level grade and decided to go to poly just because of practicality.
Yeah.
Correct.
We understand because we are going through this phase, but the older generation they don't understand because back in their days it's more like if you want to go uni you must go JC.
JC.
Yeah.
But I do know, right, some JC students they think lowly of
The
poly
taste.
students.
Correct.
Yeah, like for example, those that take IB programs, okay, I shall not name which JC, but they really look down on like poly kids because they think like they're from like the better JC.
Is it the
The red flag one, red flag one.
Okay.
Is it?
I think I know.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a few like JC friends who tell me they actually considered poly, but it's just that they don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whereas I think all of us, like choosing our courses, we kind of know deep down what we want to do and what we're passionate about. And I think that in itself is a blessing
Yeah.
because
Correct.
that way we are more likely to, let's say, pay attention to our studies and to be really motivated to go to school. And also like after we graduate, we can get a job. Whereas they have to like, they don't even have the confirmation that they can get into uni.
Yeah.
Because it really depends on A-levels, whereas we still have a diploma to fall back on.
Once you get diploma, they ask you, so you don't need to go uni, is it? You don't want to go uni, is it? Your GPA can go uni, is it?
Oh my God.
You know, those questions just like follow up, and then sometimes poly students want to take gap year and like explore the working industry, and then they stereotype you as, oh, cannot go uni, cannot go local U, you go private U, is it? Those kind of questions, yeah.
I feel like JC kids who go to uni or IB kids who go to uni shouldn't look down on poly kids, because if you think about it, a poly kid has to slave through like maybe 3 years, get A's, have a good GPA, develop their portfolio to fight for a seat at that uni course.
Yes.
So
Correct.
it's down on us.
And now like, a lot of universities, they are looking at like your portfolio, so it's not just your grades anymore, but it's like your experience. So I think what's good about poly is that they really give you a lot of experience, like internships, you know, so you actually get to go to the working force and gain like practical skills. Because I have some JC friends and like I don't want to bash on them lah, but like all they know are like textbook stuff, you know, they don't really have like those hands-on skills, experience. Yeah, just poly.
What are the pros and cons of being in a poly?
Okay, pros, if you're capable enough, you can make lots of friends, you can make lots of connections, especially during internship. Make connections at your workplace, then from there on your industry, you can go deeper and deeper. Overall, it's less stressful than JC, I would say, especially during their A-level period. The cons, you have to get 4.0 all the way. If you really want to go uni, 4.0 all the way. Which is
3.9 is
Depends on the course.
Yeah, it depends on
Depends
the
on the
course.
But I think another con right, is that if you don't like what you're studying, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be absolute hell if you have to like sit through like a course and study it for 3 years and you don't like anything about it.
My friend, he did like 1.5 years in engine, and then he dropped out.
Oh shit.
And then he joined the next semester to join business.
I thought you're supposed to restart from year 1.
Oh yeah, he started from year 1 though.
But I think it's quite sad because I have this friend, right? Like he wanted to study some, like I think business, like tourism or something, but he got into accounting instead. So he really hates his course. So should I review his GPA? Okay, it's less than 1 now. Okay, his GPA. Yeah,
You can proceed to the next time with less than 1 GPA.
Yeah, he can. As long you never fail the module twice, then you won't be like kicked out or something. Okay, it's that bad, okay? Like cannot even buy Daiso stuff. Yeah, but like it just shows that like, if you don't have passion for your course, right, it really, because your GPA is really that bad, then you will think like, oh, I have nowhere to go in life, or uni also cannot go, like yeah, it's just very hard for them. They don't even have the motivation to like wanna like do well or like even like wanna improve. Yeah, so that's like one call. You must study what you like, if not you really hate it. Then like for what you said just now, right, like 4.0 all the way, I think it depends on like different courses. I think that's another con. Yeah, if you're interested in like medicals or like science, like if you want to be a doctor or you want to be a lawyer, this sort of stuff, maybe you can opt for JC. Like I would recommend you go for JC. But if you want to like pursue a job that requires more like hands-on experience or like portfolio, like your your hands-on skills and all this, then you go for poly. Yeah, because if you want to be a doctor, then you go poly, it's very difficult because there's a lot of competition. Like everyone in biomed science, so their GPA like 3.9, 4.01.
So
It's
true.
very hard.
I think one more pro of poly is you don't have to wear uniform. You can literally just come in slides and shorts. FPT shorts and then oversized shirt.
Really?
No, it depends on courses also.
Depends.
Yeah.
Back to the stereotype question. Business students come in very luxury clothes. Design schools come with full-on makeup.
Actually, RP totally banned slippers.
Really?
Like cannot wear slippers, go
Slides?
straight. None.
What about Crocs?
Yo.
Crocs, I don't know, but okay, anything that doesn't have like a back, like
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, like
Strap.
strap. Yeah, you can't wear it in. The teacher will kick you out of class.
In NYP, it's like quite the opposite. For like the business ones, they'll wear formally. Then after that is the
Engine kids.
engine kids also don't give a shit. Just like
Yeah, that's
Pro also you get exposed to a lot of different personalities and working styles.
I think that's a con too. Con.
No.
Actually, it's a pro, like, because people skills are very important now
Yeah.
in the
correct.
workforce.
Do you have any regrets being in a poly?
Maybe not poly, maybe the choice of course. Because like in my course, right, we rarely get sleep. Once you start a project, right, you rarely get sleep. Like every day you stay at 4 or 5 a.m. You never get sleep. And after that, it will continue like every day until your submission date. That period, it can be like more than 1 month you didn't get proper sleep.
I have no regrets going to poly.
I do have a bit of regret because, as I've mentioned earlier, I wanted to go JC.
You made the right choice. Coming from someone who went to JC.
Because I'm studying Chinese right now. After being in Chinese studies for like around almost 2 years, 1.5 years, actually I don't know what to do in the future. Like I don't know if I still want to pursue Chinese because like Chinese studies there isn't much like technical, like practical skills that you can learn. Like it's just language. Like unless you want to be a teacher, then go for it. If not, not much like career prospects. I mean there are other career prospects, but I'm not very interested in them. So I kind of regret. That's why I'm just thinking maybe I should went JC because like I'm someone that can like study I can study. So sometimes I'll just like regret because I also have JC friends around me.
Yeah.
Then I see their stuff like actually I can handle it. so I'll just think like maybe I should have went JC.
Sometimes I see my Instagram friends' stories. They got their A-level results and they're like overseas for uni already. And it's like, oh, I'm still in poly. I mean, my final year of poly. How long more? Okay, but you have to like ask yourself and say that I made a choice to go poly because of all the pros we listed earlier. And it's just a different track. Because if we fall back to, oh, they went JC so they're far ahead in life, we kind of fall back to the traditional thinking of like, what? The older, like what we mentioned earlier, right?
What if I want to do something else? Then I'm already restricted in a sense whereby because I studied Chinese studies in poly, I can't possibly go uni and say I want to be a doctor, I want to study science or medical school.
You can take bridging classes though. You can still do it.
Yeah, but it's like extra
Extra,
extra
yeah,
effort. That's why like for JC kids, like if you don't know what to do, then JC would be a better option because at least there's like more options for you if you want to go uni.
You were from JC, is it? Do you want to expand on that?
Explain yourself.
I was from JC. I did a year of JC. JC was a struggle, juggling like because I play basketball. So juggling basketball and studies, it was very tough. I was very heavily involved in basketball and like I compete for a women's team and all that. So it was very hard to juggle both studies, basketball school and outside basketball. And then I think promos came and then they gave me conditional promo. Basically, you pass and then you proceed to next J2. And then I was like, I did the promo, I could proceed. And I was like, do I really want to proceed? So I was like, okay, I talked to my parents and then I was like, poly will be easier. And I know what I want to do in poly uni. My parents are very patient, very understanding, although like, you spend so much time in JC already, you might as well finish. They didn't say it blatantly, but you can sense it as their kid. And then I'm in poly now, like in my final year, and then I weigh out JC and poly and I kind of have no regrets. So I can confidently say I have no regrets. Because JC was like very, you go to the library, it's like their clubs. There's their version of clubbing. Everyone is there after school during breaks. Everyone go library. There's no, sometimes you cannot find spots in the library because everything's like full. And then the canteen will also be people studying. Canteen is like for eating, but people doing their tutorials there. Basically, you get no breaks. Okay, maybe I just couldn't cope. But in general, I know JC is quite tough.
Yeah.
And then I went to poly, everything was, don't study also can get decent grades. And then if you push yourself, you can get 4.0 is very doable. Yeah, so I can confidently say that poly is a better option if you know what you want to do.
I wouldn't say like poly is an easy way out because everyone has different like studying methods. Because I actually have this friend, like she was in Chinese studies as well, but she couldn't cope with poly or she couldn't stand like the fact that she had to put in consistent effort for every assignment and for tutorial work and class participation and everything. And she was actually outcasted in class. It's not because like we outcast her because we don't like her, but it's because like she wasn't handing out assignments and she wasn't a good like team player. That's why we naturally drifted away from her. So it kind of add on like because of her attitude towards work, then it implicated and like she didn't have friends in class. The whole poly life, poly culture, it just wasn't suitable for her. So she actually dropped out. She went to JC. She's now in JC.
Yeah, people go from JC to poly and people go from poly to JC also.
Yeah, so it really depends on like what you can accept, I guess. Like what's your studying method.
Any advice for students looking to go into poly?
Go to as much open house as possible.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, go like open house as much as possible. You really like see what you want from there and like what you think you want but actually you don't want, and what you don't think you want but you want. You know, you may never know. So you should go to as much open house as possible.
Yeah, attend open houses because you can't go
Yeah.
to open house now, right? Because
Yeah.
COVID.
But I can talk to like lecturers and like seniors and all of them, so you can actually you can get like advice from them and like know how was it like for them in their course.
Just a sense of how poly is gonna be like for you.
Because it might be a bit different. Like maybe you think like, oh, this course is like that. Like you expect it to be something, but after going to open house, after hearing what others have to say about this course, you might change your mind.
Go
Choose
more.
what you like.
Don't let your friends influence you.
Yeah.
Like just because your friends going JC, then you go JC, or just because your friends going to SP, you go SP. You should have your own decision in this.
Choose what you like.
Yeah.
Honestly, just choose what you like. Which brings me my other advice, which is early admission exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
That helps. You guys
I
go
need to eat into my course actually.
same, let's go.
I eat into art. So like it's pretty easy, right? You can just do EAE. You can choose a course that you're really passionate in and like maybe look through like what you are currently doing in secondary school. Let's say maybe you're in AV club or you're part of some writing club, you know, you can submit like the works that you've done and then, you know, just schedule an interview, do a short write-up. And it's pretty easy and you already get a place in the course before you get O-level results, which was very short.
And it releases stress from you from all of
Yeah.
this, right?
And make sure your O-level grades match up to their requirements.
Another tip, maybe you can like look out at the modules for different courses. Because before I went to my course, I actually went to the website, went to check like what modules do they teach and like what are the career prospects and what they focus on. I think for different courses and different schools, they focus on different things as well. Like for example, NP versus SP or RP Mass Comm. It's like all different, like the area that they focus in. So like take like research about like the different schools as well.
Other than the course itself, I think you have to look at the poly and where you stay. Vanessa here stays in the east, but she went all the way to NP. So you have to factor in like whether you're willing to travel the 1.5 hours to go to school. And advice also is join FO. If you don't know anyone in poly, go make connections, go and like be friends with people. Even if you're an introvert, force yourself to step out of your comfort zone because poly is a lot about people skills. You must make friends with people, group projects, everything.
Think about what you feel like will benefit you most and what you think you would like more.
Do your best in every assignment, please.
Don't be a class slut.
Class slut. Don't listen to her. Don't listen.
Thank you for watching our video.
We hope you learn more about polytechnics.
Be sure to check out our other videos.
Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
And hope we see you again. Bye bye.
Bye.